Just clarify, ma'am. So basically what you're telling us is that if you testify now and it's on record, may transcript, and since you have a case, baka gamitin laban sa'yo.
Yes, sir.
But if it's an executive session, since we're not going to take records, you're willing to tell all.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Chair, maybe at the proper time, we may consider after the senators have raised their questions, the other guests in this hall today.
We will decide that later on. That matter. We'll decide that matter later on.
Mr. Chair,
Mr. Majority Floor Leader.
the
Minority Floor Leader.
witness is invoking her constitutional right of non-incrimination. So, why should we hear her in executive session? For what purpose? Just to know that something happened? We are supposed to investigate in aid of legislation. And these are public investigations. We are not investigating for anything else.
Okay,
Mr.
noted.
Chair, as a rejoinder.
Yes.
Mr. Chair, the reason we want to hear her in, at least myself, Mr. Honorable Minority Leader, is that you cannot enact legislation, whether you repeal, amend, or stick to the law and just exercise the oversight, unless we get the facts straight. And there are times that a witness really does not want to testify in open. It is up to our discretion whether to hear them in executive session. Number two, this is a very delicate matter because we do not want to damage any banking institution, nor the banking industry. So, if you hear their side, etc., the Senate might win, but the banking institutions might all lose, and the country will lose. So, I want to jump in and also ask Mr. Tan, our bank manager, about real questions about, as the two gentlemen, the two chair have been asking. But the reality is, it might set off a series of events that it's like a toothpaste. You cannot put the toothpaste back into the tube once na lumabas. But as I said, Mr. Chair, I'm willing to listen to everyone first in the questions, and with the permission of the Minority Leader, without making a decision that we will hear her, just to
I just
consider.
want to react to the Majority Floor Leader. So, are you saying that we cannot craft a law unless we hear this girl? The experts are here to tell us what is the weakness of the law, isn't it? In fact, we took that up in the last amendment of this law. And I was proposing to exclude the casinos. But then my amendment was not accepted, and there was a proviso inserted to cover the casinos, which I proposed instead, with some safeguards. But it was taken out from the final law that was passed by Congress in the bicameral conference committee. The thing is, we are depriving the public to know what's going on. They might suspect that we are covering up for anybody.
Mr. Chair,
Okay,
just on
Senator Cayetano,
the
yes.
question of the Minority Leader, why is it necessary that we hear her? Can we not draft the law or change without it? The conclusion is based on a premise, and you have the wrong premise, you have the wrong conclusion, and we always deal with facts. And if you look at the law, what is a witness? A witness is someone who has personal knowledge and has observed something with their senses. So if it is the branch manager who dealt with these people who opened the account, who now are saying, except for one who's saying his signature is forged, everyone else is saying fictitious, she'll be in the best position to tell us how did this happen, and she'll be in the best position to tell us, was it a conspiracy, was it a mistake, is someone involved? That is why I want to hear her out. Now, we heard the military and the AFP and the PNP in executive session, but the public was well informed later on. Having said that, Mr. Chair, maybe later on we can discuss it, and I'm not making a motion yet, sir. I'm just reacting to the letter of the bank manager and asking that we consider it later on.
I will just make a counter comment. what is the need for this investigation then? All we do is recess this and call her and hear her, if that is the purpose of that we want. Just hear the expert, the lady manager of the branch, in order to know the details of how it happened.